Good morning, everyone. For KBOE Emporia's radio stations, I'm Tegan Terhune, and as you can see already behind me, snowfall has begun for the immediate Emporia area, and I do use the term lightly when I say snow, as actually that snowfall is more of a snow-sleet mix and a far cry from the fluffy white powder most people want to see this time of year. Now, as we've reported over the last 24 hours, the ongoing storm system is having a number of impacts on the local area, specifically causing power outages on top of the road conditions, which we'll talk about here in just a moment. But according to the Evergy outage map, as of about 8 o'clock this morning, the majority of outages for the core listening area are limited mainly to southern Lyon and as well as the majority of Greenwood County. Specifically, there's about 200 or plus customers offline from a line south of Olpe into Greenwood County, which mainly affects residents between Madison to Eureka, with a few scattered outages just west of Eureka. There's also been a few scattered outages in Morris County, specifically in Council Grove at this time. We'll continue to keep you updated on that as those develop. Now, all major highways in the core listening area are completely covered with a mix of ice and snow, with limited visibility due to the high winds that was forecasted with this system. Now, the only exception to that is Interstate 35. Now, that doesn't mean it's clear. It's actually just partially snow-covered or ice-covered, but still very treacherous, which brings me to a very important point. Due to the ongoing conditions, the wind, the snow, the sleet, everything in between, while the harder snow has actually given a little bit more traction to roadways, it's still highly recommended that you stay off of them. Do not travel unless you absolutely have to. And if you do have to be on the roadways, which again, strongly recommended that you do not, either you just wait it out, or if you have something you have to be at, reschedule, find a way to just stay inside and stay warm. You should make sure you take your time, give yourself plenty of room between other vehicles, and again, keep it at low speeds. Just because there is a little bit more traction doesn't mean there's not still that thin glaze of ice right underneath it that we saw yesterday. So please be mindful if you do have to be out there, and please make sure that you do have an emergency kit with you with all the basic essentials, because you could be stuck out there for a long time if you do happen to get stuck. As we reported, there were several accidents, many of which were injury accidents yesterday across the KBOE listening area, and there were even more reported beyond it because of these treacherous conditions. I do want to remind everybody that local law enforcement is currently in phase 2 reporting procedures, which means if you do find yourself to be in a non-injury accident, you can report that after the storm is cleared, exchange information with anyone else involved, all that good stuff. But again, if you do happen to get stuck and need to be towed out, you could be waiting for quite some time. I mentioned that there were several people hurt in a rash of car crashes in Lyon County late yesterday morning into early yesterday afternoon. We have a full list of those accidents, and the information that we have on those available online at KBOE.com. Now, it is also important to note that Kansas Governor Laura Kelly has issued a verbal state of disaster declaration for the state's first winter storm of the season. The declaration reflects travel issues developing since yesterday morning, as we have mentioned here, as well as road closures, power outages, and numerous other closures. Also reflects the potential impacts on transportation in another way, specifically deliveries for major items like fuel and propane. The Kansas State Emergency Operations Center is currently being staffed virtually with representation from the Kansas Division of Emergency Management, Kansas Department of Transportation, Department for Children and Families, Department of Health and Environment, and the Kansas Corporation and Kansas Highway Patrol. Now, another thing worth noting is just a few moments ago before we came on here, the National Weather Service office in Wichita had noted that its operations are currently down, so it's transferred all that to the Topeka office. So really just goes to show how far-reaching and impactful this winter storm system has already been thus far. Again, I step out of the way here so you can see we already have a pretty solid I guess you could call it dusting of snow, but again, a very hard pellet-like snow. It's a combination of snow and sleet. And some of you had also commented and noted that you may have heard some thunder and lightning here today. I can't confirm. Yes, that was exactly what it was. We did have some flashes of lightning and thunder. Definitely a first for me, and I'm sure a lot of others here, as we're used to seeing that more in the springtime. But that, again, just goes to show this is truly a winter storm. We pretty much have it all with it, and more is expected. We should also mention that wind chills are expected to be between -4 and 2 here today, with a high of 21 forecasted. That reflects the 45-mile-per-hour wind gusts that are possible at times with this system. We will continue to keep you updated as the situation continues to develop here throughout the day into likely tomorrow morning as well here across the KBOE listening area. For KVOE Emporia's radio stations, I'm Tegan Terhune. Stay safe and thanks for watching.